Welcome back to Dragon Quest III. In the previous episode, I founded a new town, got rid of the Orochi that assailed the town of Jipang, then freed Samanao of its tyrannical king, who was actually a boss troll in disguise. Getting his Staff of Change that I traded for a sailor's thigh bone that allowed me to board a phantom ship, getting the Locket of Love to break Olivia's curse, entering the nearby jail shrine to obtain the Sword of Gaia. I have also gathered 4 out of the 6 orbs and will be concluding the search soon, so let's get to it. I make a few visits to previous towns, including Tedanki. There's a swamp I can walk through, climbing upstairs to a room where I can find acorns of life that I give to Altanin, then climb up the stairs of the weapon shop during daytime, finding a chest that contains the Lamp of Darkness. When used, this lamp forces nighttime. I then visit Su. The well here is hiding a Staff of Thunder. This weapon is capable of casting Firebane in combat. I sail west of Baharata, finding a river that takes me to the volcano. I cast the Sword of Gaia into it, starting an eruption. The lava flows into the southern river, forming new land, allowing me to cross into the southern plains. New enemies that can be found here include trolls. They have incredible HP and attack, being capable of inflicting critical hits as well, and frost clouds. They can use both Snow Blast and Cold Breath. I go south along the plains, then west along the forest, finding the entrance to the cave of Necrogond. New enemies that can be found in this cave include Marauders, double attackers with Blazing Breath that has numbing properties. Lionheads, these ones can cast both Stop Spell and Firebane. King Tortragons, Fire Breathers that can also cast Bounce to protect them from magic. They were also meant to cast Increase. Dancing Jewels, incredibly fragile enemies that drop a ton of gold. They sometimes waste turns, do a MP draining dance, or cast Surround, Defense, Slow, and Chaos. And Hollow Ghosts, casters of both Beat and Defeat. I go west and north, finding stairs to the second floor. I go all the way west, finding a chest that contains 784 gold. Then go back east, south, and west, opening a chest that holds the Thunder Sword. Incredibly strong, it can also cast Boom in combat. I give it to Altanin, giving the Orochi sword to Brindar. I then go south and west, finding a chest that has the Sword Edge armor that I give to Brindar. This armor hurts those who attack into it. I make a trip to Samanao, buying magic armor for Viron. This set of armor reduces magic damage to 2/3. I then walk back to the cave of Necrogond. Theron reaches level 23, learning the Boom spell. This is a stronger version of Bang. Eltanin reaches level 23 as well, learning the Firebane spell. I'm feeling a bit weak, so I decide to grab the golden claw I left behind at the pyramid. Contrary to what I previously thought, the increased encounter chance of these claws doesn't actually mean guaranteed encounters at every step. I buy a zombie slasher for Viron. This weapon inflicts extra damage in addition to its regular damage, although this effect can be negated by Expel resistance. I return to the cave of Necrogond. This time when I reach the room before the third chest, I go south instead of west, finding stairs to the 3rd floor. I then go south and east, finding stairs to the 4th floor. Here I go all the way east, falling down a hole, returning to the 4th floor by climbing the northeastern stairs. I then go south, finding stairs to the 5th floor. Here I go south, crossing the bridge. Viron reaches level 24, learning the Vivify spell. This spell revives characters with quite a bit of HP, but has a chance of failure. I then go east and south again to cross another bridge, then go further south, east and north, finding the exit of this cave. I find a nearby shrine where the man there gives me the Silver Orb, 5th orb obtained. The nearby castle is out of reach, so I make a trip for the town of Oranosville, although a guard says that this town doesn't belong to Oranos anymore. I buy a dragon killer for Brindar here. Then I go to the jail. It seems Oranos has been ousted from leadership. He tells me to look behind his chair. I do so, finding the Yellow Orb. Final orb obtained. I then teleport to No Neils and sail north of here, finding the icy island of Liamland. A phoenix egg is here. It should hatch if I offer the 6 orbs. I set them along the altars. Ramia is reborn. I can now fly through the world without fear of random encounters. Having access to flight allows me to land at the isolated castle at Necrogond. New enemies found here include Stone Hulks, enemies with great strength and HP, capable of critical hits. They regenerate HP as well. And Evil Mages. They have an amazing repertoire of spells. If that wasn't enough, they can breathe fire as well. Theron reaches level 25, learning the Bounce spell to reflect magic, and the Day-Night spell to switch between night and day. This castle can be a bit labyrinthine at times. I take the path to the east, then north and west, finding stairs to the 2nd floor. I go along the corridor, finding stairs back to the 1st floor, crossing damaging terrain to the south, protected with step guard of course, climbing up the eastern stairs. At the end of this corridor, I find stairs to a room with 3 chests. They contain a demon axe. This weapon is cursed, having an extra chance of missing, but it has an increased critical hit chance as well. I also find a wizard's ring and an unlucky helmet. This helmet is very annoying. It reduces luck to 0 when equipped, maximizing your character's chances of being hit by a status ailment. Luck actually has nothing to do with item drops, I found out. It can't be thrown away. To get rid of it, it must first be equipped, then removed with a decursing service. I then return to the castle, going back to the damaging floor room. This time I climb down the western stairs, going east to climb back up to the first floor, then I go northeast, climbing up to the second floor, going to the end of the corridor to climb down back to the first. I then go west to climb down to the underground floor, going all the way north back to the first floor, finding some sort of throne room. I leave it, going east to climb down the stairs to an underground altar. I find Baramos here. He's got incredible offensive and defensive stats, attacks twice, casts spells like Exploded, Blazemost, Limbo, and Chaos, breathes fire, and regenerates HP as well. I'm wholly unfit to face him at this point, and promptly wipe. A bit unfortunate that at this point of the game reviving is so expensive. There's only one answer, I must grind. By the end of it, most of my party has reached level 34. My spellcasters have learned many spells as well. Eltanin learned Zap at level 26, it's a strong single target lightning spell. Heal More at level 29, Boom at level 31, and Heal All at level 33. Viron learned Infermore at level 26, a stronger version of Infernos. Defeat at level 28, a group target one-shot spell. Heal All at level 30, this spell is a single target full heal. Barrier at level 32, it reduces the damage from fire elemental spells and breath. And Heal Us at level 34, a party-wide healing spell. Theron learned Snowstorm at level 26, this spell is the strongest ice spell, being group targeted. Chaos at level 27, this spell inflicts confusion. Firebolt at level 29, a stronger version of Firebane. Curse Off at level 30, it removes curses. Ice Spears at level 32, it's an all-targeting ice spell. It is a bit weaker than Snowstorm though. And Invisible at level 33, it grants temporary invisibility. I do make enough gold from this grinding that halfway through, I buy a silver shield for Brindar. It's at this point I decide to face Baramos. Theron starts with Bike Kill, buffing Eltanin and Brindar. Viron casts Barrier to reduce fire damage, and Brindar uses the Sword of Orochi to reduce Baramos' defense. At this point, Eltanin and Brindar just attack, while Viron spams Heal Us and Theron spams Increase. After enough fighting, he goes down. The Archfiend has been defeated. The world is saved. I make my way back to Alyahan. I have proven myself as Ortega's son, but before any celebration can be had, Zoma, the Master Archfiend, makes his presence known, threatening to plunge this world into darkness. The king has become distraught at the news, so much so it's his advisor who's responsible for saving the game now. Since I can still make use of Ramia, I fly towards other isolated sections of the world. First is the castle near the Dwarf Shrine. After going through a series of locked doors, I find the Dragon Queen. She's on her last legs, and grants us the Sphere of Light, leaving an egg behind as well. I then go to the pit near Baramos' castle, the Pit of Gaia. I jump down it, finding a world shrouded in darkness. I enter the nearby house. The man recognizes me as someone from the upper world. I have arrived at Alfgard, the Dark World. A kid here says that to the east is the castle of Tantagal. There's even a ship waiting for me. I arrive at Tantagal, making my rest here. Now this has been a surprising turn of events. I explored the region of Necrogond, finding the Silver Orb at the shrine near the castle of Baramos, then returned to Aranosville, finding the former merchant in jail, and getting the Yellow Orb behind the throne. I then revived the Phoenix Ramia with the power of the 6 orbs, going to the isolated castle of Baramos, defeating the Archfiend. This was no cause for celebration though, as the Master Archfiend Zoma threatens the upper world, so I dove down into the lower world of Alfgard. It's in this world that Zoma lives. I must seek and destroy him, so I can save both worlds. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, as I explore this familiar yet strange world.